subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest updates. A potentially serious situation is unfolding this evening with the development of Typhoon Vongfong, Philippine name Ambo, now a Category 2 on the Saffir Simpson Scale, bearing in mind that 24 hours ago it was merely a tropical depression. It's currently at 12.2 north, 127.7 degrees east, with winds of 100 miles per hour and rising as we speak, and a pressure around 973 millibars. CDPS Stage 5 moving west at 11 kilometers per hour. We're looking at Catanduanes on Thursday night for the worst possible effects. A Stage 5 on the CDPS with major typhoon winds likely. Devastating consequences are possible, with rainfall amounts probably exceeding 300 millimeters. Here is the storm's current location now. Category 2 on the Saffir Simpson Scale, and as you can see there, 100 miles an hour, that's 160 kilometers per hour. Remarkably, still only Signal 1 warnings in effect in parts of the Philippines. I really think there should be Signal 2 warnings for parts of Samar personally. Currently 201 miles from Tacloban, 279 from Legazpi, 292 from Cebu, 324 from Naga, and quite a little bit further from Manila still at this point. The Force 13 has gone higher than most of the other agencies at the moment. I really think that they are slow to catch up right now. JTWC the highest of the rest, with winds of 85 miles per hour at their latest update. Our cone from about 2 hours ago showed it there at 90 miles an hour, expected to strike some of those islands, possibly as a Category 3, maybe a high-end one at that. We're currently expecting a peak of 125 miles per hour before it curves towards the north, moves over Luzon, loses most of its strength, and then steers off towards the northeast, which a lot of May storms tend to do, and die off very close to the Ryukyu Islands. Well, what are the models saying? This is the GFS right now, and you can see again pretty similar to what we've been seeing in our previous updates in terms of what happens with this storm. Again, you can see on the far left there, that's another cyclone forming in the Bay of Bengal. Some models calling for that to be an absolute monster, so that's something else we're watching out for. But over in the Western Pacific, it's this system moving through. The next 48 hours or so are going to be pretty rough for eastern and northern parts of Luzon, but it will die off pretty quickly once it leaves the islands by the time we get towards the end of the week. Sea surface temperatures are very warm around the system right now. As you can see here, they're in Fahrenheit in the low to mid 80s, 84s, 85s around where the storm is right now. That's about 29 degrees Celsius. And this is what we're expecting over the next few hours. So GFS calling for a landfall there on Catanduanes, probably as a high-end Category 3, a second landfall in eastern Luzon, probably in Isabela, and then off towards the northeast. That's just one model scenario, a few other models saying slightly different things, ECMWF still saying completely different things, and so far I'm afraid they've been altogether wrong. This is what the other models are calling for intensity-wise. HWRF and CTCX think this could go all the way to Category 4. JTWC wants a Category 3 peak. Wind shear will gradually rise in the next 5 days, but won't really be felt until day 3. Sea surface temperatures remain warm. Relative humidity is decent, but faltering just a little bit over the next 2 days. For such a small system like this, dry air intrusion could have a significant effect. Also with small systems, this is rather small. The wind field is only around 150 miles wide, which by typhoon standards is very small. The eye there, as you can see, has come out in the last few frames. It's a good looking eye as well. I have to say, if this trend continues like this, and you can see that massive blow up of convection around the eye in the last few frames, this rapid intensification is still increasing, and I would not rule out at all a Category 4 by the time we wake up tomorrow morning in the Philippines. Stay tuned for more updates, and we'll be live tomorrow. Check out our new look cyclone tracker on the Force 13 website for the latest up-to-date information. You can also find us, of course, on our YouTube channel, search Force 13, and also on Facebook and Twitter, Force 13 at Force 13 on Twitter for the latest updates. You can also help the project become even better by becoming an ultimate fan on YouTube. To see the full list of Ultimate Fan benefits and to join, visit youtube.com/force13/join. With a special thanks to our top supporters this month. You can also check out our growing merch store so you can show Force 13's colours wherever you go. You can also find a link to our Discord server underneath this video in the description.